J-Drone here. What's going on, guys? We have a Cadillac DTS. This will work for the DeVille as well. We're going to show you how to change these headlights. Things you will need is a 10mm socket. You have, let's see, where are they? 1, 2, 3. That's it. You have 3 bolts that you need to undo. I highly recommend getting some of this. It's PB Blaster, and just saturating the bolts. Mine are already saturated. You can see they're all wet and juicy. That penetrates any type of rust that you may have built up. So obviously you're going to take those out. I would take these 2 out first, and then you're going to need an extension. You can see I have a long extension on here. Some people say this is extremely difficult to get out. All you have to do is, as you're wrenching, lift up slightly as you're wrenching, and that will come out with 0 issues. Just to show you over here on this side, this is what we're installing, some blacked out ones. What I suggest doing then is lining up your hole here and then getting that nut started. You'll be able to swivel this way and push it in. Then we're going to get this one in, then we'll show you how to take that one apart. You may also need a screwdriver to get your plug off if it is on there tight. Just to show you, the reason I have this sideways, which will show you exactly why, is because even my large hand can fit in here. We can get that lined up and we can start it, which is easier said than done with one hand, just because my headlight's moving. But we'll get that started, and then I'll show you why I did that. So if you can see that nut down there, I'm going to go ahead and move the headlight. It's threaded. It is not tightened. The reason you do not want to over tighten it is so you have the ability to move this, because now this needs to go in this hole. And by putting that in there now, we were able to do it with our hands. We don't got to monkey around with it falling and then searching for the nut. Super simple. So it did take considerable force to get that to go in the hole, and you can't see it in here. But now what I would do, I would go ahead and insert these, tighten them down snug, don't over tighten them, and then I would go to this guy last. Again, tighten it, don't over tighten it. The stuff's made out of plastic. You over tighten it, you're gonna crack it. So I'm kind of doing this backwards. We are gonna jump to that and take that one apart now. Obviously, before sticking any bolts in here, once you disconnect your old light, reconnect your new light, test your lights. You don't want to have to tear this apart again, although it's pretty simple. It would take nothing to tear it apart again. But test your lights prior to fully assembling this and putting the 3 screws in. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this out, we're going to take that out. We are going to loosen that one while we have our hand underneath the light, just slowly pushing up on it. That way the threads can catch, and then we'll pull this away from the body. Top 2 bolts are there. Third one is still in, just because I didn't want a chance losing it and have to try to find it. So once you get that, for the most part, all the way loose, you can then pull this away from the body. Again, this pin just gets clipped in there. Pull it away from the body. Now we should be able to get our hand in here and get at this a little bit better, which I am able to, but I need both of my hands to kind of manipulate this, because as you can see, if it's not sitting right, it's adding pressure to it and it won't come out. Once that is out, you then have a plug that looks like this. There are clips on this white part. You do not need to unclip the white part from the gray part. This gray part is what needs to come up, and I'm probably not going to be able to do it with one hand. And also why I have a flathead screwdriver, just to put in there, pop up, put in there, pop up, it'll pop right out. So as you get this plug out, this is what it'll look like. That orange around it, that is like a gasket and can come off. If it does come off, it's very simple to get back around that. You definitely want that back around it. So just to show you, that's how it should look. With the right blinker on, we have an issue, or with the left blinker, we have an issue with the right blinker. And also to show you, where's the blinker? See the blinker going crazy there? If that happens, that means your blinker's not working. That's an indicator for the vehicle. And as you can see, we have our blinker over here not working. I do hear something rattling around there. I think the bulb is just loose. So we're going to unplug that, pop that open, and see what's going on. On the back here, I'm pretty sure these will access the turns, and if you listen, hold on, try to get this without breaking the tab. Grab a hold of something a little bit tighter. That's probably what's rattling around there. It's probably turn signal. So we are going to take a Phillips, pop this open, and hopefully it just plugs back in, and bam, we're good to go. So with that cover off, you can see nothing in there, and look what's rattling around in there. The bulb. So as you can see, our rapid blinker is no longer blinking rapidly. It's blinking how it should. And before I even put it all back together, I just left it out to make sure that it was going to be blinking. There you go. That's why you want to check stuff before you put it all back together. Now we're going to put this back in that housing there. We're going to put that cover back on it, and we're going to repeat what we did over there. So again, just to recap assembly here, we have the headlight tilted. We have our hole down there. I'm going to slip my hand in here, and I am going to get this on there, right in the hole. Bam, so it's in the hole. Now I'm going to take my ratchet, I'm going to give it 1 or 2 turns. Then I'm going to move everything over where it belongs. These tabs need to be on top of this and on top of this. Don't try to put it below it, you'll break something. So after all said and done, I think it looks amazing. The car is super black. So to have blacked out headlights looks good. I don't know about that chrome strip in the middle. We might get rid of that. Might make that black too. But definitely looks way better than the original Yucco Whitos. So I put these back in the box. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Obviously, I could probably resell them. And to recap, all you needed was, I mean, you didn't need, but I highly suggest getting a can of PB Blaster just to loosen up them nuts. Flathead and Phillips. Flathead to pop the thing off the back, the connection. Phillips just in case you have to get into the back of these to fix something like I did. And a 10mm socket. Guys, I'm Jadron. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Also optional, Mountain Dew Rise. Hey, Mountain Dew, reach out to me. No, just playing. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video later.